Okay, what's up everyone? So this is a continuation of the 2D platformer that I began a couple of videos ago. The last three videos was the time-lapse videos of me drawing the animations. But now I'm going to quickly do a quick setup in Unity. So I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to select 2D. It says project name. So I'll call it let's give it. I can't think of anything creative right now, so I'll call it a 2D platformer. And create project. Just gonna wait for that. Okay, so that took a little while to create, to finish making the project. Okay, so in the assets folder, there's only a scenes folder, but one thing I need to do is to go back. This is where I stored all my animation drawings, so I'm going to, cut, and I'm going to put it in this other folder that was created by Unity under assets. Okay, so I pasted that into the assets folder. So I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to delete this folder because I don't need it. So these have all the drawings that I did. Your originals. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to use these for this video. Next video I'm going to convert all these into sprites. That's why I have a separate sprites folder. Right now they're in the originals folder. For now, I'm just going to do a quick setup of the character without the animations. It's just going to be like a box, a controllable box. So, first thing I need to do, oh yeah, I'm getting my, I'm basically doing this based on another YouTube video from the YouTube channel is called Game Code Library. So it's basically the exact same thing as that. The only reason why I'm doing this project is because I've never done 2D before. I have a pretty solid art background, so I can draw and paint and all that sort of stuff. So I want to see what it looks like for the first time. So I'm going to set up the idle, walk, run, and jump, and see how it turns out. And depending on how it turns out and how I feel about it, then I'll decide what else I'm going to do with the 2D. Whether I'm going to keep working on this project, or if I'm going to, if it's going to inspire me to do a different 2D project. But for now, I'm going to do a quick setup. So first, I'm going to right-click in the hierarchy, and I'm going to create a 2D object, sprite, square. So put the square right in the middle, and I'm going to name it player. So this could be my player without the sprite added yet. And to that player, I'm going to add Box Collider 2D, a Rigid Body 2D, and I'm going to go into constraints here, and I'm going to freeze rotation in the Z-axis so it doesn't like rotate like when it's falling or something. I'm going to create the exact same thing, another sprite, so 2D object sprites square. This one I'll call platform. I'm going to set all these to 0, 0. This is also going to have a box slider. And the cool thing that I found was if I click on this at the edit collider button, I can edit this in the viewport. Actually, that's not what I want to do. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to unclick that. This is what I want to do. Sorry, yeah, you do click that if you want to edit the box collider. But if I just edit the platform itself, then the box collider sort of follows. That's if I want to edit the box collider by itself. Okay, anyways, what's the next thing? Okay. I need to create a script folder. Can I create it in here? Okay. Put that up. We'll create a C# script. I'll call it the script player movements. I'm going to open that up, double click it. Another thing that I'm going to do while that's loading up is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a 2D object. Should I make it another square? Sure, I'll make it another. Oh, it's taking a while. Okay, so this I'm going to call the nose, and the color of it is going to be, let's make it black. Change the size. So basically, I'm just temporarily doing this because I'm going to, it indicates that it's facing to the left. That's how she had it in the tutorial, so I'm just going to follow the tutorial to the T. So it's just parented under the player square, and underneath the player square, I'm going to make sure I drag and drop the script so it's there. Okay. So first of all, I need to over here. I want to create a little note for myself that this is from Game Code Library. The video is called Platformer Player Movements. Okay. So here I'm going to create some variables. Float, horizontal input, float, move, speed equals 5. And rigid body 2D called RB. I'll create a bool called is facing right equals false. Okay, so that's what I'm going to start with. And in the start function, I'm going to get RB equals get component rigid body 2D. Whoops. Rigid body 2D. So basically I'm setting this as the rigid body over here. And I might as well add the other two. She did all this in a different order, but I'm going to do it just all at once. So I'm going to create all I'm going to create all the variables. So float jump power equals 4. Bool, which is called is jumping equals false. In the update function, horizontal input, which is this float that I created, equals input dot get axis horizontal. Okay. I'm just trying to look at my notes here. Oh, and okay. So this is a method that you created. It's going to be down here somewhere. But for now, first I need to create a private void fixed update, and in there, RB velocity equals new vector 2 horizontal input times move speed RB velocity dot y. So that's all I need for a fixed update. Now I need to create a void flip sprite. Which is basically is being fired in the update function. So this triggers this. If is facing right and horizontal input is smaller than 0, or is facing right, is not facing right. So that's what this exclamation is. It indicates that it's not facing right. And horizontal input is greater than 0. Whoops. Then is facing right equals facing right. So that just basically does the opposite. So if facing right is true, then it makes it false. If it's false, then it makes it true. I'm going to create a vector 3 ls equals transform dot local scale. Local scale dot x times equals minus 1f. Transform local scale equals ls. Okay, so I'm going to go through this real quick. So horizontal input equals input get axis horizontal. So if you don't already know, if you go into project settings, and go to input manager. No, it's not input. Oh yeah, input manager. You do this little, click on this little triangle. It's got horizontal movement. So the A and D keys on the keyboard, or the left and right button. And it's got the same for vertical movement, up and down movement, jump, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's these are all presets. You can change all these if you want. So that's what this is referring to. It's referring to the horizontal input. So if I just say the A or D key is pressed, then it sets the value of this float up here. And the velocity, the movement of the object, is the horizontal input times the move speed, which is 5. And it sets the RB velocity of the y-axis. And the flip sprite, basically what this is saying is if it's facing right, but the input is smaller than 0, which is left. So if he's facing right, but the player is pressing left, or is not facing right, is facing left, but the horizontal input is right, then it flips the character basically by using the scale. So the scale on the x-axis. Oh, sorry, this I believe is x. I'm going to compile this and make sure this works. What's missing? Oh, semicolon. So first I'm going to move this down here just to show you that this is colliding with this. So if I press play, it goes really slow. I don't know why. Let me double check. Preferences, sorry. Project settings. Physics. It's supposed to be minus 98.1. I must have set it to minus 9.81 in the previous project. So if I press play now, it should be much faster. I don't know why it's so slow. Twitter. Rigid body, gravity scale. Okay, I'll try making it 5, the gravity scale. I'm not sure if that's going to do anything. Oh, that's a little bit better. So if I press A, which is left, it goes left, and if I press D, why does it go up? I don't know why. I need to check my script. First of all, I'm going to change this to gravity scale to 10. What did I do wrong in my script? Horizontal input equals and then RB velocity. Maybe, I don't know. In my notes I have Y. I don't know if this is supposed to be Y. Let me just try that. And I also set gravity scale to 10, so I'll make a mental note of that. Okay, that's nice and fast. Okay, that works for some reason. RB velocity equals horizontal input times move speed. Oh, okay, I see. So this here is the x value, comma, the y value. I think that's it. Okay, so after that was the jumping, which is these two. So in the update function, if input dot get button down jump, and is not jumping, then RB velocity equals new vector, to RB velocity x. Yeah, so the first one is RB velocity x, which is just whatever the x value is at the moment. And the y value is jump power, which is set to 4 here. It is jumping is true. Down here, private void on collision enter 2D. So that's when that's if the player collides with basically anything. So if it collides with this platform, which has a box collider, then it's going to set is jumping equals false. Because up here it's true. So basically this is whenever the jump button is pressed, and I need to double check what that button is exactly. Okay, spacebar. It's right here. Okay. So I've got a nice fast drop, which is good. If I press I think I know why. It's because the gravity scale is 10. I set it to 10, which probably means what if I made jump hard to 20? Okay. Okay, that's better. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that was the basic setup. Now that I know that it's working, I can get rid of this nose. I don't need it. Yeah, so this is just the basic controls to this square here, which is basically a sprite. I'm going to add the sprite animations to it. But before I do that, in the next video, I'm going to create the actual sprites. Because right now, they're just images with no alpha. So I need to cut all these out. But the way that I made all these images, it's just on white paper. I made it so that it has a nice thick black outline, so that if I go into a photo editing software and use the wand tool, the magic wand tool or whatever it is, then I can just like select all the whiteness around it and just delete it. So it should be pretty fast, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to find out in the next video. So hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, just to be completely honest with you, this is from someone else's tutorial. This is how I learn. And the whole point of it is to see what my artwork looks like if I do all this. That's sort of the whole point of it. It isn't just to like copy like other people's code or whatever. It's just to see like if I were to take my animations and implement it into a project. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks.